So there's a few things that I have realized on a deeper level, or a deep enough level, to come here and tell you, hey, like, seriously. Again, even though I'm getting ready to tell you something, does not mean I'm promoting it. It does not mean that you should go do it. Your own discretion and responsibly. Okay? So, I've been trying to get to the core of this for a minute. You all know this. So, Saturday, I believe it was, I took a ridiculous dose of mushrooms. Ridiculous. I'm talking about. And you may be asking, how do you not know the exact dosage? Because they were in capsules, and each capsule is somewhere between like 3/4 of a gram to a gram. So I ate 6 capsules of penis envy. Later on in the day, I ate 3 capsules of some Aztec stuff. I have where I'm at, I can just go in and buy it at a dispensary, so it's not an issue. I have the things, I'll tell you exactly what they were, but again, I'm not promoting this. I'm not saying to go do it. Use your own discretion, use your own wisdom, and if you do it responsibly. So ultimately, I'm coming to you today and telling you, what are we talking about? Sincerely, what are we talking about? This is all crazy nonsense. But that's not the focal point of this. This is just something for you to keep in your mind. Remember, repetitively over the years, I've told you we will get to a point to where you are like, what are we even talking about? What is this even? Well, congratulations, you're about there. So, and I'm not necessarily saying that in regards to being a good human and all this. That's still valid. The God, Jesus Christ, etc. All this is valid. I'm not backing up off that. However, I am saying to you, what are we talking about when it comes to reality, and when it comes to a lot of the things that you see on here, that you talk to people out here about, and that you replay in your mind and go on about? What are we even talking about? It's nonsense. Now, with me telling you this, you also need to understand that you're spinning webs while you're doing this. Meaning, if you go out here and you're talking to someone and they give they're in a situation and you give them advice, well, guess what? You spun a web to yourself. And then if you don't live up to that, it creates some weird stuff within yourself. And then you start looking at yourself negatively. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do, please. Stop spinning webs. Stop talking about certain things. And just, again, for the 138th time, my brother, my sister, my friend, shut up and watch this happen. I'm not telling you not to talk. Go out here and interact with people. But stop this in your mind and stop speaking to people about certain things, because you don't understand the webs you are spinning. So now let's go into a different situation here. And that is called, you need to stop being a tyrant to yourself. You're on top of yourself constantly. I've said this. Through the years, I have said you're a tyrant. You don't understand how big of a tyrant you actually are to yourself. And then there's going to be times where you think you're not being a tyrant, but you are being a tyrant to yourself. So I took those mushrooms, and it was almost like that clicked in, and it was like something in my mind showed me and told me, like, you're being a helicopter parent, dude. I'm like, chill out. I'm like, let yourself be and trust yourself. You're being a complete tyrant to yourself still. So then that caused some self-reflection, and that caused some internal dialogue, which led to healing, my friends. So this is what you need to do as well. Because I got to a point to where if I need to go into this further, I will, but I feel like this is pretty apparent right here. We talk about things that we have no clue about is true or not. We build biases, judgments and assumptions on things. Then we latch onto them. Then we spin webs in our own mind. And then we become a tyrant to ourselves, trying to live up to that image. So I'm going to tell you this right here. How many times have you heard me say I'm not perfect? I don't want to be perfect. However, internally, I thought I needed to be better than others. And it's not because I needed to be better than you to say I'm better than you. It's just that I felt like I'm trying to figure out a way to explain this to where it doesn't sound whatever. I feel like that I was helped greatly. I mean greatly. I was helped out greatly. I was pulled out of situations. I was pulled out of things. I was shown and told things. And I've had promises made to me. Just put it that way. So I felt that since that was in my life, and that was me, and I was chosen to go out here and deliver this message and be an example, that I had to live up to what I had to live up to that. Like, I don't take it very lightly saying you believe in God, and I don't take it very lightly saying you want to be Christ-like. Do you understand what that implies? So I don't take that lightly. And I just don't take that lightly. So I guess I have put up and I'm going to be very honest with you, my friends. I'm nothing but that. So I just want this to be known that this is things that go into my mind that cause turbulence to a degree. Okay? First is I think I do need to be that. So if I say something wrong, I beat myself up for it sometimes. When I come back and watch these videos from time to time, if I use repetitive words, for an example, the past 2 videos I made, I used the words like a lot. I would say, and they're like, and like, and like. That bugs me. So to me, it almost feels like that my natural gifts are psychology and motivation and speech. So when I look back on videos and I'm saying or like, it bugs me to death. So, and I understand that may not be healthy, but it's just the truth. For an example, if I gain a couple pounds, I beat myself up for that. If let's say that I'm trying to take a break from something, whether it be like weed or anything, trying to take a break, or like certain things like that, and I can't, and I don't do it, and I slip up. I used to beat myself up for this like a tyrant, and I just felt like I had to be. See, these are things that I'm talking about that will probably help you to understand that you're probably being a tyrant to yourself. A lot of it will be internally, like correcting yourself or pointing certain things out. So the self-talk is very important, dude. I'm telling you. You don't understand how important that self-dialogue is. So I'm going to end this video. I may come back on here and talk a little bit of trash because I'm in the mood for it. It's all in fun, though. Like, all in fun. It's nothing serious. I would like to have a discussion. Now, listen, before you watch that video, if you're not taking this lighthearted and for fun, then don't watch it, because I'm going to be discussing who I think is the GOAT, greatest of all time, when it comes to certain humans throughout history. And it's not serious. Everyone played a part. Everyone is equal in certain regards without me fully going into what that means. So it's not like one person's better than the other. It's just looking back at reality, for me in particular, who I think is the greatest of all time to ever talk about this stuff and do this stuff. And there's lists that I'll go over, and then we'll get into who's the GOAT. So, love you guys. It's Game of Forming the Play of Life. I'm you talking to you. I have and always will be you talking to you, because this is what we do. We create illusions. We have an experience. We tell stories. Then we realize that we're telling a bunch of BS stories that literally make no sense. Then we see the true story within these noise and come home. I love you. Sincerely, I love you with all my heart. I want you to know that. You're amazing, by the way.